we are going to discuss a very important topic today. The name of topic is mechanics. Generally, mechanics. Mechanics is the branch of physics which study about the motion of particles. Just if you want to categorize, just define science. Science go to physics. Physics goes to mechanics, and mechanics are further divided in kinematics, dynamics, and statics. So, we just explain what is the mechanics. Mechanics is the branch of physics which study the about motion, and we have three branches of the mechanics: kinematics, dynamics, and statics. Then, what is the kinematics, dynamics, and statics? So, we can give one by one. Kinematics. Kinematics is the branch of mechanics in which we study about the motion of particle, not its cause. Because motion is not possible without force. But in the kinematics, we just study about the motion of particles. What is the motion? It's defined in kinematics, and it's not defined in according to this. Therefore, kinematics, it is branch of mechanics which study about motion, not its cause. So, students, dear parents, kinematics is just a branch of mechanics in which we study about kinematics, motion. Kinematics is associated to the motion, so that kinematics is associated to motion, and in this part we study equation of motion. These equations are V equal to U plus AT, S equal to UT plus half AT square. Question 1. Equation 2. and v square equal to u square plus 2as. These all three equation is known as equation of motion, and this is called kinematics equation. So combinedly we can say equation of kinematics, where v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, t is the time, s displacement, u initial velocity, t time, a is the acceleration. And similarly in the third equation, these equations are applicable only uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration means if any body is accelerated in uniform acceleration, then you can apply all these three equations. Otherwise, these equations are not applicable. These applications are beyond the scope. Now, dynamics. Dynamics is associated with motion plus cause. Motion plus cause. So dynamics is branch of mechanics which study both motion and its cause. Cause of motion is force. Force is the cause of motion. So in dynamics we study motion and its cause, and in dynamics finally comes Newton's law of motion. Newton's law of motion. Newton's law of motion. These laws is study under dynamics. Dynamics falls under mechanics, and these Newton's law of motion, or this is also called Newtonian mechanics. Newtonian mechanics. This mechanics is valid for slow speed bodies only. Okay, at higher level, higher speed bodies, these mechanics is not applicable. So this is called Newtonian mechanics, and in Newtonian mechanics simply study Newton's law of motion and dynamics, kinematics, these all. Now third point comes statics. What is the statics? How can we explain? What are the basic importance? Basically, statics study about equilibrium of body. When any body will be in equilibrium, balance of force. Balance of force. What is the meaning of balance of force? Body, any body will be in equilibrium. Any body will be in equilibrium when total sum of force, summation F, is equal to 0. Just this is the equilibrium. But if we need to categorize equilibrium, then equilibrium is two types. Number one, translational, and number two, rotational equilibrium. Both equilibriums are along together. As you know, moving bus have a translational and rotational equilibrium because the wheel of bus are in rotational equilibrium and bus is moving on a road. This is a translational equilibrium. So for translational equilibrium, it is necessary that total sum of forces will be 0. Summation Fi equal to 0. And for rotational equilibrium, it is possible and necessary and sufficient condition, total sum of torque will be 0. Okay. So for rotational equilibrium, total acting moment of force on body should be 0, and for translational equilibrium, total acting force on body must be 0. So therefore, all the mechanics which are going to discuss in later number of videos, these mechanics is totally based on these three basic pillars, three basic dimensions: kinematics, dynamics, and statics. We categorize and elaborate, divide in topics part wise, different way, and we make topic, subtopic chapters, numerical problems, conceptual development, theoretical problem, so many, and this become so wide, vast, and therefore we need to discuss one by one. So first we need to discuss kinematics, then after dynamics, then after statics. In a statics, very interesting point of view, you know about the ladder problems. Ladder problems, general condition of equilibriums, these are comes under the statics. So we now start kinematics, and kinematics is started by motion, rest and motion. So come we discuss today kinematics. Kinematics, first term is motion and second term is rest. There are two main points. There are main two terms, motion and rest, or rest or motion. You can write rest first, motion second. Therefore, we need to explain what is rest, what is motion. To define rest and motion, we need to explain our space and time. There are two things, space and time. Space falls under the category of the surroundings positions. You let assume, and time is independent. So, if your position if your position remains unchanged with respect of time, if your position remains unchanged with respect of time, then this comes under the category of rest. Okay, so what is the motion? If surroundings changes with respect of time, then this is called motion. Okay, and as for example, when we are cycling on the road, riding on the bikes, driving in the cars, these are examples where our positions continuously changes with passing of time. So this is called motion and rest. But one thing is more, is all particles really in rest? If we think in a particular reference point of view, then we say, yes, it is in rest, it is in motion. So for defining rest and motion, we need to one observer. For defining rest, we need a observer. First thing, who is observer? The person who observes. Let assume this is a person and there is a road and this is a car. This car is moving on the road. This is the person, or this is known as observer, because he is standing beside the road and observing car is moving. So car is in the state of motion with respect of observer. He or she compare with him and said car is in the state of motion. So observer is the person who observes. So this car is in the state of motion with respect of observer P. But if another observer who is driving the car and he is sitting inside the car, if he looks that person P, what he say? He said that P is in the condition of rest with respect of observer in the car. So means everything is in the state of motion or rest. Means everything will be in the state of rest or motion in the reference of observer. According to observer, we are in the state of rest. We will be in the state of motion. Here the live example, the person who is sitting inside the car looks person P, said he is in rest. If he looks, said he is in the motion. Therefore, they relate to each other in the term of rest and motion. So, these are relative terms. So, we cannot say here absolute motion, absolute rest. So these are basically relative terms. So we give the name relative rest and relative motion. So we can write here relative rest and relative motion. And any object will be in the state of motion, in the state of rest with respect of observer. So, dear friends, you able to know what is the relative rest and what is the relative motion. So, sorry, if we are, as we all know each other, that we are living on the earth and earth is orbiting in its orbit around the sun, and so earth is in the state of motion. So we are also in the state of motion, because we are living on the earth is in the state of motion, then our positions continuously changes. Therefore, this is a very good example to explain that we are not in the state of rest. Whole the universe is moving, expanding. There is a non-particle, even small particles, all particles are in the state of motion. Okay. Therefore, we need to explain relative rest and relative motion. So here I explained motion and rest today, and now in our next video lecture we explain about type of motion, frame of reference, and all terms associated with kinematics. So in our upcoming next video we have 3 topic coverage. This topic will be frame of reference, type of motion, and all relative terms as distance, speed, displacement, velocity, acceleration, uniform velocity, non-uniform velocity. There are so many topics and we describe one by one. Therefore, to update with us, our channel, our academy, please like, share and subscribe more and more. And if you have any queries regarding my teaching, regarding any topic, you can leave a comment in a comment box. And I wish to all that if you know more about physics, know more about any kind of subjects regarding competitive academics and all kind of examinations which are going to held each and everywhere in our country, you need to connect with our academy and with us also. And therefore we suggest to all our viewers, please like, share and subscribe. And now we, after subscribing, after sharing, you propagate the information to the more persons, and this will be more reachable and more accessible, because it is free of cost. And if by through the information and the knowledge propagate in our society, this will be pleasures for me. Therefore, my viewers, I request to all, please like, share, subscribe and must share, and you press the bell icon for getting all kind of video updates. Thanks for watching.